I, 30F, dumped my ex, 41 mum, after he hired a prostitute, but is it possible to reconcile? Part 1. I, 30F, moved to a different country 4 years ago and met my now ex, 41, not long after, at a gay bar. We became friends, and I found out he was bisexual, something I could relate to as a pansexual woman. We were friends with benefits for about 6 months before realizing we liked each other and eventually began dating. We had fantastic 3 years, where we'd have our own little daily rituals and be stupid together. He was a great boyfriend, was kind, attentive, would drop everything when I asked for help and was there when I was feeling down or anxious. But as will all relationships, there were issues. Early on, I noticed a problem. He was very conflict avoidant. When he was upset, he'd avoid eye contact or physical affection, but wouldn't explain what was wrong. This made me anxious. After several arguments, I told him how important it was to talk things through so we wouldn't let small resentments grow. He started making small efforts to communicate, which I appreciated. Another issue was cultural differences. Although my mother is from the same country as him, I wasn't raised there, so I struggled with certain customs. I had hoped he would also make an effort to understand my culture so we could meet halfway. The biggest issue, though, was how his actions and words affected my anxiety. I initially thought it was just my mental health, but after the breakup, I realized much of it stemmed from him. It started when he took frequent all-paid vacations, about 5 or 6 times a year, with a friend who was previously one of his clients from when he used to escort. He told me nothing had happened between them in over a decade, and that the friend was just lonely and liked to travel with him. I believed him at first, as this was before we were even dating, but I started to question things when he said he wouldn't be okay with me sharing a room with someone I'd had history with. That comment made me suspicious, and I began to feel unprioritized since he used all his extra vacation time for this friend. At the end of last year, he went to Thailand with his friend. When he returned, he admitted to receiving a happy ending massage, claiming he couldn't say no to the workers. I accepted it, knowing how conflict avoidant he is,